Welcome to Screen Hollywood, the home of movie news and entertainment. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe.
The director of one of the best science fiction movies of the past decade has given an update on its potential sequel and how he's trying to crack it. Its star-studded cast includes megastar Tom Cruise and British actress Emily Blunt, which was made into a film adaptation directed by Doug Liman back in 2014 by the name of The Edge of Tomorrow. Director Doug Liman's Edge of Tomorrow was generally well received by critics, but despite making merely passable money at the US box office, it brought in $378 million and had a budget of only $178 million. This is at least one example for what happens when you work hard enough on something right until everyone starts taking notice. Yet in the meantime, the quality of Edge of Tomorrow has built up a dedicated fan base over the years, making it highly attractive as a potential sequel for Warner Bros. Liman, 59, has made this clear, telling Collider, "No way could I ever just do the sequel because people loved the first one. I need to discover how it's going to be done right before I'm happy with that." For example, the Roadhouse director, known for his extremely cautious approach to life and professional filmmaking, has made a grand total of 0 sequels so far in his career. Yet even he admits that "I'd be mad not to try doing this." The director said, "Actually, Emily and Tom have never been hotter than they are today, so I would be really nuts not to spend time thinking about whether I can make the second film, which I am." After Edge of Tomorrow, Cruise had huge success with 2022's sequel Top Gun, Maverick and His Popular Mission. Impossible franchise is still ongoing. Meanwhile, Blunt was up for the Best Supporting Actress at the Oscars in 2024 for her work in Oppenheimer. And earlier this year, she co-starred with Ryan Gosling in yet another action film, The Fall Guy. These films are always a blast, but they still seem like the kind of fun one can expect from breaking the laws of physics in order to move ahead. Have you ever tried to create anything like that? It's like really, really tough. I think that's the real answer. He then explained that while you can dream up all other types of problems and come up with solutions, all you have to do is make any movie that involves time travel. And you know people will never travel through time. Because paradoxes occur in 3-act structure movies involving time travel, you could even say they're technically impossible to happen. I know for sure that we humans will never be able to really time travel, but I'm trying to figure it out, he added. The original movie introduced a nifty time loop, which Cruise and Blunt's characters, Sergeant Rita Vrataski and Major William Cage, which is loosely based on the Japanese novel All You Need Is Kill by Hiroshi Sakurazaka. With an excellent 91% critics score on Rotten Tomatoes and a 90% audience score to boot, it's no wonder that the film was hailed for providing intensely thrilling action. One review even called it one of the best American blockbusters in nearly a decade. We agree. This movie was truly underrated, and what seemed even more odd was its disappearance from critics and movie lovers' mouths when it was released on streaming and DVD. In the eyes of fans posting reviews on IMDb, it's also been described as an underrated gem, and even one of the all-time great sci-fi movies. According to another fan, it needs more recognition. In that respect, the director acknowledged that he differed from Hollywood in making the sequel for Mr. and Mrs. Smith. Of course, he said, all anybody in the system would go ahead and do is go right ahead, even if they don't care, because it's a sequel and will make $1 billion. Liman was quick to add that he wouldn't just rush out a sequel. He would want to take his time and create a great story first. Cruise and Blunt made exactly the same comment in previous interviews. "We are simply too proud of our work, and we would never do such a thing." Nonetheless, in today's fast-paced industry, this kind of pride has become something which people can no longer afford, especially with studios wanting to make fast money. When in production, the movie was originally called Live, Die, Repeat, and Repeat. The sequel to The Edge of Tomorrow is long overdue, and fans eagerly await it. Edge of Tomorrow isn't an if it's going to happen, it's a question of when it will happen. With the director firmly on board and having a great relationship with Tom Cruise, Cruise will definitely come on board for a second outing. This would need to be scheduled into his hectic schedule. Blunt will definitely come on board with the pulling power of Cruise being involved. The sequel is forecasted to be released in 2026. Let us know what you think in the comments below. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. See you in the next one.